Hello, we're here today to take a look at the campaign tab of your dashboard. Here you will be able to find all the campaigns that you have created one shot once. It can be either promotional offers, news flash, whatever you wish to be sent once to the user. So let's dive in the campaign form. As you can see, it's composed of three main blocks. The first is who, meaning the targeting. Then you've got when, meaning the orchestration. And then you've got the what, meaning the content. The first step of your campaign will be to name it. I'm going to put a really simple name, but for you, the best is to put a name that allows you to find your campaign quite easily. You can also associate a label, either choose an existing one or create a new one. What are labels for? They help you to find your campaign more easily by filtering in the campaigns tab, or you can also create marketing pressure rules according to the label. For example, you only wish your user to receive one promotional campaign per week. So, first step, let's look at the targeting. As you can see, you have the four smart segments that are chosen by default. If you click on them, you can choose to exclude that given segment. You can also choose a custom audience. It's an audience that is done on one of your internal tool and then uploaded it directly into batch based on the ID of your users. You can choose to target one country, one language in particular. And if I click on add conditions, you can see that you can choose from a wide array. You can either choose from native attribute, for example, the app version, the last visit date of your user, or even retargeting. You also have the custom install data, that is the data that is sent via the tagging plan that you have created, or the custom user data that is sent via the API code that you might have created. So you can choose really whatever targeting you wish according to what you send into batch. The next block would be the orchestration. The first sending mode is now. It means that when you publish the campaign, it's going to be sent right away to the user matching your targeting criteria. Or you can choose the schedule campaign. For example, I'm going to send a campaign on the 12th of August at 11:15. Um, the first option is the local time. That means that the user will receive the campaign at 11:15 according to their time zone. But if you choose the global time, that means the according to the time zone that your users are in, they will receive it according to the global time. It means, for example, I am in France. It's plus 2 hours. So if I choose global time 11:15, the user in France will actually receive it at 1 p.m. 15 minutes. Now, if I move on to the contents block into the message per se, I'm going to quickly copy paste the text that I have prepared. As you can see, I can add emojis. You have the visualization on the right corner. You can also add an A/B test. It helps you to send two versions, 50% each, to your user to try different tone of voice, to try adding emojis or even personalization. Let's try to add dynamic content. So here I chose the second version. I'm gonna erase the stranger and I'm gonna click on the brackets to create dynamic content. I'm gonna pick the data first name. Really important to add a default value. I'm gonna put dear client, and you can also choose formatting options. Here, I'm going to choose to capitalize the word because I might not be sure that all the clients have put capital at the first letter of their name. I just have to click on insert code and it's automatically done. And as you can see, I can have an example from a user from my user base. Here, everything is in English, but if you wish to do a multi-language campaign, you can just add a kind of different variant by clicking on the plus sign next to default and add whatever language you wish, and you just have to fill in the different versions. If I move on to the advanced settings, here you've got the dip link. Really important to remember to add your tracking criteria, either XStore or UTMs, so you can have more qualitative data, has the bounce rates, the revenue generated, and so on. I can add an image also really easily to my campaigns to kind of boost and add more context to the push notification that I'm sending. And here we've got the expiration TTL. TTL means time to live. It's kind of the lifespan of the push notification. By default, in batch, it's 14 days. This means that if the user has no network or has their phone turned off, the notification can still be sent to them 14 days after the initial send. And it's not something that you wish to be happening. For example, if you are sending newsflash, or if you are sending a limited time offer. So you can set up the number of hours, for example, 24 hours, and past that time, the user, even if they regain network or if they turn on their phone, they won't receive it anymore. If I go back here, as you can see, my image has been uploaded. I've got the small preview, and you can also preview the expanded version. It's what your user will see if they do a long click on the push notification. One thing that we really recommend is always trying out your push notifications, sending yourself a test before publishing the campaigns. Thus, you can ensure that the preview is what you expected and that the redirection is working. You can do so by clicking on the small icon next to send a test. Either choose from the saved device that you have already saved, or use a temporary device based on whatever ID you have found to identify your phone. The last block will be the review. It's a recap of everything that you set up. You have the targeting that you put in place. You've got the time you wish your campaign to be sent, the different version. Here you can see I've got the default one and a French one. And you can either save your campaign as a draft to come back and work on it later, or to save your campaign and run it. And it will be sent according to whatever you put in place. So that's it for today, and I hope this video is useful.